My name is Arden Schiller. I am the CEO of Grow Into a CEO, and I'm going to share with you a little bit about our program, Scale with Ease. A little bit about me. I'm Coach Arden. I have the best partner. His name's Matt, and a mini Labradoodle. Her name is Barkley. Prior to being an online business coach, I was an online fitness coach for several years, and I built something called a scalable group offer while I was running my fitness company. We had a team of 7, and it was called Let's Grow Girls. I started Scale with Ease and the other program in Grow Into a CEO, Hire with Ease, because I wanted to teach other online coaches how to build a group program with strategic systems and automations, which I literally invented, so that you can help clients get results and it feel very personalized, but also actually have that time freedom and financial freedom when building your business, just like you want. A little bit about me. I grew very quickly back in 2020, my fitness company, to 112 clients in just 4 months. And what happened is I started hiring a team. And as I was hiring a team, I was also losing a lot of clients who weren't happy with the journey. And what happened was I didn't have any systems, any predictable, consistent lead flow or generation in place. And I was paying a team. I was running ads. I was sending thousands of DMs. I even bought a billboard to try to make sales. And we just could not get people in the door. I was doing it all. And because of this, business started to slow down. It started to crumble. I was struggling to pay my team and they weren't happy. And I was wearing so many hats, but I could never seem to slow down and have the freedom that I wanted when I first started my business. So what I invented was a group program where clients still feel very, very supported because you've done a lot of the systems and pre-work to make them feel supported. And I also created something called VLab, where I help you create consistent and predictable clients coming in the door. So you're not constantly stressing, like, when's the next client coming in? You know you're putting in the work, the energy and effort, and the fruits of your labor are going to pay off. So what it looks like to work together in Scale with Ease is starting with building out those systems, getting really clear on your offer, as well as getting really clear on the steps that you need to take to actually get those viewers who are looking at your profile and convert them into paying clients. This usually takes about a month or 2. Then we lean into months 3 through 6, sometimes even a little longer, and that's okay, where we dive into having more conversations, tracking the people we're talking to, building a community, building a brand, booking sales calls, and leaning into that client journey. Because you have good systems in place, you're going to start signing people and you're going to add more, which is going to feel so good, because by the time you get to months 7 through 9, you don't have to worry so much about your clients because they're feeling good, things are going. You can continue to sign people, but it's automatic, it's easy. You get them in the door and you don't have to stress about it anymore. And then all you need to focus on is your marketing, getting better at content, going viral, and getting more people through the door. This leads to preparing to hire a virtual assistant. This is going to be someone who's going to help you with a lot of the back end stuff. Maybe they're going to create your SOPs, help you with little things with your clients. You could even hire a support coach that can help you with, if you have 50, 60 clients, help you with managing those clients in that group program. And it doesn't need to be paid one-on-one client per coach, which is really nice because you're making a lot more money without needing to pay your team as much money. So you can pocket more. So why should you hire us? Well, not only did I invent this automated scalable group program, but I also created the VLab system to take you through step-by-step signing clients consistently and predictably. I do this myself as a business coach, and I ended up doing this as a fitness coach after I completely crumbled and crashed the company. Also with that, to us, you're more than just a sale. I think a lot of people join group programs and they feel not heard. They feel like their questions aren't answered, especially to the fullest potential. Like, a lot of times the coaches have answered the question, take 48 hours to 3 days to answer the question. We're going to get back to you by the end of the day. We're going to go above and beyond. We're going to give you that extra one-on-one call, that extra one-on-one message and support if that's something you need. We're going to communicate clearly with you, but we're also going to challenge you to grow even if it's uncomfortable. And the number one thing that I always say why you should hire us is because I was a kindergarten teacher and I got really, really good at individualizing for my students. I had students who came in the classroom that couldn't write their name and students that knew what 5 plus 5 is. And it's the same thing with business. So how can we best support you based off of where you're at in your business? That is something we are so good at doing and Grow Into a CEO, specifically Scale with Ease. We're constantly talking to you, messaging you, following up, reaching out, checking in, playing games, because we know that business can sometimes feel hard and heavy, and we want to make it obviously feel easier. Scale with Ease. I want to give you an example of one of our clients, Olivia. She actually worked with multiple business coaches in the past. She started with us. She had that support needed. And because of that, even though she was posting daily, like her other business coaches told her to do, she was showing up on her Instagram stories. She had a dead Facebook group. She was kind of feeling stuck with her conversations. But then when we started working together, we revived her Facebook group. We actually transferred it into an Instagram group chat. And in just 3 months, she hit her first $10,000 cash month with us. And I genuinely believe it's because the amount of support that we gave her one-on-one. She wasn't with thousands of other people. She had our support. There were only about 50 people in the group, and she felt really heard, seen, and understood. And then Rob is kind of on the other end. He had 35 one-on-one clients. He was overwhelmed. He was booked with calls. He couldn't take on any more clients. He had no time at all. And he implemented the scalable group program. And because of that, he was able to get so much of his time back. He ended up being able to move the needle forward, make more sales, sign more clients, and hold more clients. He now has over 50 clients, and he hit his first $18,000 cash month while being a full-time teacher. So how are we going to specifically help you? I've been saying we're going to individualize it. We're going to make it very feel one-on-one. You are going to have a whole app to message us with any questions, content reviews. If you want us to look at your DMs, your conversations, Instagram stories, sales calls, we will review all of those things for you and we will get back to you as fast as possible, usually by the end of the day. You're also going to have access to one-on-one calls with us and group calls on Tuesday and Wednesday, where we're actually productive on the call. So you're not just going to listen to people ask questions. Actually, we're going to build out content together. We're going to practice pitching our offers. We're going to build out our offer. We're going to build out Instagram stories. And it's going to feel like you're actually being productive on these calls instead of sitting listening to Bobby Joe ask a question that you already knew the answer to. We're also going to give you simple, actionable checklists. So it's going to be very custom for you to go and watch videos in our course. Now, the course videos are like 2 minutes long. They are very short, to the point, very blunt, because I know you don't want to go listen to a group module video that is an hour long and a waste of your time. No, we're not watching hours of videos and then feeling paralyzed with what to do. You are getting a quick task. You're going to do it, and then you're going to report back to us one-on-one and have that next one-on-one call. So this is kind of what it looks like to get those, like, watching these modules very short and sweet, and then watch these modules, and then we give you a specific action item. All right. And then we say, okay, now come back to us. And here's the next steps. All right. So it is very, very individualized for what we believe you need support with in your business. So I just wanted to show you, this is what the one-on-one calls and checklists look like. And we can kind of zoom in here. Okay, I just showed that to you. This is what the calls look like. We're constantly building things out together, and then you're going and doing it. Again, I was a former teacher, so it's really important to me to teach this way. You can ask as many questions as you want. We've reviewed her sales calls. We've done a bunch of different content reviews, and here's just some examples of the content reviews. We go in, we reply. You can send anything that you are like, I'm struggling with this, this, and that, all right? And we go through and we edit that for you. Whereas in another business coaching program, a lot of times they're just going to go tell you to watch the course. They don't remember anything about you or your business. So you hop on a call together and it just feels frustrating because the first 5 to 10 minutes are like them being like, yeah, I think you should do this. Wait, did you do that already? Right? Like, you don't want to deal with that. You want to know, okay, I know this is exactly what you've done. Here's the next steps to moving forward, right? That's what you want. Which we're not going to tell you to DM more people. We would never do that. We also don't use 2020 strategies. I have scaled business coaching and I've had many clients scale fitness coaching in the last year. And because of that, we have those 2024, 2025 strategies that work. 2020 strategies, they don't work anymore. We're not going to force you to pay for ads. You're already paying for us. Why would we make you pay more? We're going to make your life easier. We're going to give you templates. We're going to give you things that you can just spend less time and actually move the needle forward in your business. We're not going to give you a million different pieces of advice. We are usually 99.9% of the time on the same page with exactly what you need support on. There's not 2,000 people in this group. There's anywhere from 60 to 80, and you have all the chances to ask a question on a group call. You have all the time needed. The calls are productive, whereas I know in a lot of other calls I already mentioned, they don't feel productive. And a lot of times you join a program and they just say, go watch the modules. There's no step-by-step checklist or, you know, that circle back to me type vibes. We're going to make sure that every so often you're going to be booking a one-on-one call with us. You're going to feel really good on the action steps that you need to take, and you're constantly going to report back to us, making sure that you are taking the steps needed to actually move the needle forward and grow in your business. Some commonly asked questions. Scale with Ease is a 12-month commitment. We want to make sure you're building and growing, sticking to one thing, staying in one lane. We have one-on-one coaching. We have our Hire with Ease once you're hiring, and then we have our Scale with Ease coaching. If you are like joining Scale with Ease and you're like, hey, I need more one-on-one support, please talk to us about that. We've never had a client ask for that, which is really cool and speaks volumes, but if you feel like you need that, we can totally do that as well. If you get busy and life happens, the great news is we're going to be putting in a good foundation in place. So you'll feel good to take time off, or if you are busy, to not need to do the things that you think you might need to do every single day, but just talk to us. We really value communication, and we are totally willing to work with you. If you're like so stressed out, need to pause, need a minute, need support, need to reorganize your life and your tasks, we can support you through that, of course. Of course, I have programs for all different budget ranges. I'm interested in your investment preference. Again, I only here am offering programs that get you results, and I wouldn't show you this video if I didn't think I couldn't help you. But if you knew you were making $10,000 plus months by the end of us working together, what would it be worth it for you to invest per month? I want you to really think about that. And the next steps is to let me know any questions that you have. What do you like about Scale with Ease? What stands out? What's different than what other business coaches do? And even if you haven't talked to another business coach, I just want you to know that that is what it is like. And I've had 12 mentors myself, and I can tell you that I've never found, and I wish I could, a mentor just like me. If you need to talk to your spouse, show them this video, talk to them. We want you to find success in the program. And also, again, we want to find an investment range that kind of activates you a little to do what you need to do. So nothing that's comfortable, maybe a little uncomfortable, but I still want you to be able to pay your rent and put food on the table, right? So we can find something that works best for you so that you can get started and actually move the needle forward in your business. And if it all makes sense, we can do a Zoom call together. You can book that below. I'll make sure to have that link. And if you have any other questions, please let me know. You can message me on Instagram, or you can shoot me an email at ardenschiller@gmail.com.